Hey guys, it's Carrie the Paper Monkey. Thank y'all so much for dropping in on this video. If you're new, welcome. If you're coming back, thank you so much for coming back. This is a custom journal that I did, and it is a vintage Barbie book, made from a vintage Barbie book from the 60s. Anyway, we're going to jump right into this, okay? You may see some things in here that are not specific to Barbie, but just know they are specific to the person that this is made for. Let's start with the charm here. As you can see, and I'll try to get it up a little closer here, just did some bits and bobs. Did a little Barbie, little flowers, some little sparklies, and then I couldn't help but get a little snarky. Yeah, I wanted to get a little snarky. Oh, look. I had these too. I thought this was pretty. A little gummy bear. Anywho, let's jump into this book and see. What fun. These have been so much fun. I did some vellum paper for the start. You'll see there's roses, and there'll be kind of a theme of that throughout. Again, specific to the person. And then I found this in a Ideals magazine. And again, specific to the person. But I also had some of this pre-made ephemera, and just reminded me, I like the floral accent, the understatedness of that. I liked it. Some ledger paper. This is from the Granny Chic book. Guys, if you have not introduced yourself to Granny Chic, because I know we have a lot of new users out there, not users, a lot of new creators who are actually creating content on YouTube also. Fabulous. I love all of y'all. Welcome to the community. But even if you don't upload content and you're out there watching, if you're not familiar with Granny Chic, go look for Granny Chic. I got 2 copies, me. Dick and Jane book. Wanted to include that. Just some scrapbook paper. And this is a trim that I found at Hobby Lobby. Little fabric cluster that I did. I love doing fabric clusters. In fact, I need to get back to doing some more. This is a vintage sewing pattern figure, and he just reminded me of Ken. So I wanted to include him. This is from Happy Mail, and this is from, it's not an Ideals magazine, but it is a book that I had, and I just love the visual of this. So again, specific to the person. I loved this. I couldn't quite figure out how they made that, but it's from a vintage craft book that I had. If anybody knows, let me know. It just looks so interesting. Now, these charms too are detachable. Like this little thing, it'll come off if you want to, if it gets in your way of writing. I found these at the thrift store. Just thought they were cute. And this is from Happy Mail. So much Happy Mail. Guys, I'm going to acknowledge all the Happy Mail that I received in the description. So go check out those channels if they have channels. Because some people sent me Happy Mail that don't even have, they don't even upload video content. They were just, this community is amazing. And I'm so blessed because of you guys. She's cute, huh? She's another little vintage pattern figure. Oh, look here, this one too. So I did a few little gourd pins like this. This is from a vintage Cinderella book. And this is the other side of it. Got these little pink Rolodex. Happy Mail. I'm telling you, it was wonderful. This whole entire experience will probably go down as one of my favorite creative projects, not only because of the people that I got to create these for, but because of the people who so generously contributed to the project. So thanks to each of you. So I've got a vintage check register. Do we remember these? And then I made several tags from the actual book pages. I made several. And so not all of them will be in here, and there'll be another packet of goodies included in this order that I'm going to try and get this shipped out this weekend. did this one on a short. And as you can see here, just did some pop-up stickers and some vintage pattern ladies. This is from Happy Mail, another Happy Mail piece. And then these little flat bird charm. Well, they're really beads. I got them at Hobby Lobby on one of the recent clearances that they had this year, and I just thought the coloring went perfect with them, and the fact that they were flat, I loved that. Something a little different. This specific to the person, but had that in my stash of pre-made ephemeras. That's vintage Cinderella book. Again, look how cute. Isn't that adorable? Happy Mail. And then look, these are more of those beads that I got on Hobby Lobby clearance, and I just stuck them on the end of a paper clip. And I love these paper clips too. Do you notice these? If you're not familiar with these, I wasn't. Carla Frizzell was the first person who I ever saw use these, and I ran to Uncle Jeff's house. That's Amazon, for those of you who are new here. That's my Uncle Jeff's house. That's what I call it. And asked him to send me some, and he did. So that's in my link tree, too. I have an Amazon storefront if you're interested. But I always say this. If you find them cheaper, go get them cheaper. And let me know where you found them cheaper, because I want them cheap, me, too. But my Amazon helps me, too. So thank you for all the love on that. I did back these book page tags with, this is actual vintage ledger. So I love the coloring, it just matched, and I did some stamping. I gotta stamp more. I need to just do a stamping session. This is from Happy Mail, and I just backed it on yellow paper and did this little, whatever you call these little things. As soon as I turn on the camera, I swear, my words, they're gone. They're gone. Little Ken-looking vintage sewing pattern guy. Another, I love that. I am obsessed with the sewing pattern people. Obsessed with them. I will have to show y'all how much fussy cutting I've been doing, because I don't like to fussy cut, but oh my goodness, I'm obsessed with them now. This is from a different vintage Barbie book that came in Happy Mail. Another Happy Mail piece, and I just cut her out and put her on the guest check. Made this one. It's a little index card. This is from Happy Mail. This is some pieces that I got. These are vellum pieces. Now, to be fair and to be honest, I'm not sure how you use these. I don't do a lot with alcohol ink, but I'm assuming that if you have alcohol markers, you can write on this. But I could be wrong. Happy Mail. This is from Happy Mail. So I just included it because I think they're beautiful. I just don't know if you can actually utilize them. But the person that I'm sending this to is a crafter. She's been a crafter, so I'm fairly confident she will know. And we'll be able to use it, hopefully. These stickers right here were vintage Barbie stickers that someone sent me in Happy Mail. Yeah. Yes. This rose is from an actual trim. It's on a roll that you can find at Hobby Lobby usually. And it's on that rose vellum paper. I used vellum paper to start this signature. Each of my books have 2 signatures. I went with 2 signatures this time. I wanted to do it intentionally. I don't work with 2 signatures a lot of the times, but I wanted to try it, and I may go with 2 signatures unless it's a special order. This I did vintage wrapping paper. The subject is specific to the person that's sending it to. This is from a Barbie coloring book, this image. So I thought, it'd be cute just to have a little, just to be able to color if you wanted to. And left all of this open for actual journaling if that's what you want. Another little tuck. This is a vintage Whitman Hearts playing card. Some more pre-made ephemera, and then I cut this out. I had this as a punch, and I just wanted to have it just to, because it was darker and you could kind of tell it makes these two pieces pop. Vintage color, I can't say that this is a vintage coloring book. It may be though, but I cannot swear to that. Can't swear to that. I loved this visual. And whenever I was pulling things for this book, I knew I had to have this visual. I loved it. This piece here is from Happy Mail, number one. And I did the, am I calling it decoupage? Yes. And just kind of had a little fun with it. And I did it, I said, let me include it because texturally, it's just cool, isn't it? And I'll tell you, since I used the method that Maddie taught me, Maddie and I did, and I'll try and remember to link that here. Maddie and I did a live craft and chat, and she taught me about decoupage. One of the things that she does is she mixes her Mod Podge with a little water. And I thought, oh, okay. And since I've done that, it just changes it's not sticky anymore. My decoupage used to be sticky, but it's not anymore. So maybe that's the trick. Worked for me. I have several of these different kinds of little notepads. I have them everywhere. I love little notepads. As you can imagine, we all love the stationaries, right? Stationary products. And so I just wanted to give this as a little checklist, but I included the little vintage pattern lady here. Again, little paper clip here, and just another little index card, which these are part of that vintage Barbie sticker that I got in Happy Mail. These little paper clips here, I just found them. They just came out at Hobby Lobby. If you're interested, they are by the cash registers. They're in one of those little cubbies where they, put different things. So if you're interested, that's where I found those. And this is from Happy Mail. It is a vintage Barbie card. This Barbie money is not from Happy Mail. I actually broke down and went out to eBay and got a it's not the whole entire Barbie game, but it was at a good enough price point that I said, well, I can invest in that. So, because I'm real careful about y'all. Let me just be real with y'all. I'm cheap. I'm just cheap. That's just the bottom line. Frugal, cheap, whatever you want to call it. I'm just not paying a lot of money for stuff. Now, I will if I feel like it's worth it. I'll invest, but this is a vintage little Rolodex type index card, and I have a little stash of them, and I wanted to leave it plain on purpose. I want to give my customer a chance to play too. This is a little dangle that I put on another gourd pin. I want to show you how cute that is. Look how pretty those little butterflies are. I loved these little, and the round, they're just pretty. They're just pretty. And staying along with the theme of the roses and all that, this is that vintage ledger paper. So I put it down. This is a little sticker, put this down. And then this, along with the butterfly theme, is a card. Again, found these at Hobby Lobby. They started selling these, I don't know how long ago. I got mine last year. And I bought 2 packs of them, and I'm getting low, and I'm afraid this is going to be one that they might not bring back. So I may go get another pack of them. So what I do with these, as you can see, is I just left this so she can journal here, but I also made the back a little tuck. This was vellum that I found at the Dollar Tree, almost a year and a half ago. So it was a little piece of that, and I just wanted, just as a visual interest kind of thing, that's it. Just put that behind that little card that I made. This envelope came in Happy Mail, and then I included 2 little cutouts from a paper line. I thought they were cute. I did. I thought they were real cute. So they fit, I had to cut them down a little bit to size to fit in there, but 2 little journaling spots here. Again, this is significant to the person, but this is a vintage little card. I know it doesn't look vintage, but it was wrapped, so it was old new stock. This visual is like the other floral visual that I showed you. It's out of the same book, actually. Loved it. Thought it was so pretty. So pretty. I did some fabric tags out of this fabric that came in Happy Mail specific from someone who wanted me to use, send it with the intention of me using it in the Barbie journal. And I love this fabric. I absolutely love this fabric. You can see Samuel L. Jackson here was cooperating for the most part and did the little leaf stitch. Thank you, Samuel. I feel like I'm not nice enough to him. And then these little paper clips, I've made these before. You've seen me. I think I did a short on them. But they're just little embroidered that I put back to back and I hot glued them together. Here's the signature. Let's look at this. So this, I'm going to have to take these out real quick. This paper came in Happy Mail. And when I tell you, it is one of the most beautiful pieces of paper I think I've seen. And it's a really fibrous paper. I don't know what kind of paper it is, but it's just beautiful. And so I knew I wanted to use it as a signature. I wanted to feature it. But I didn't want the pockets to take away from it, but I knew I wanted pockets in this particular signature. So I took, this is just pieces of plastic, real plastic. I didn't use vellum. I used like packaging plastic. And I tried Fabri-Tac first. Didn't work. Then I tried double-sided tape. Didn't work. Yes, because you can still see, if you look, you can see there's double-sided tape here. It just, whenever I would tug at it, my comfort level wasn't there that it was going to stay. So here, Samuel L. Jackson was, and he had a little bit of a hard time because this, I don't know if you can tell, this is actually raised, and it's kind of hard. They're a little hard. So he was good about it, and we just made sure and sewed him in for secure, just to secure him in. Now here are the beads that I chose for this signature, and I love them. I absolutely love these little beads. I could use, when I tell you I want to make like junk journal jewelry, I want to put them on gourd pins, I want to put them on safety pins, I want to put them everywhere. I love them. This is a, as you can tell, this is getting a little ripped off. I need to fix that for her. This is a Liberty of London tag. I found a tin. They were selling them at Home Goods, actually, 4 or 5 months ago. Found a Liberty of London product at Home Goods. It was a tin. When I looked at the back of it, it was a variety of labels that were inspired by their fabrics. So that's what that's from. I'm gonna have to glue that down. Then I just put a little sparkly. I got this in Happy Mail, but not from this Barbie swap. I got this Happy Mail, y'all, many months ago, and it was from my friend at Danielle Butterbun Bookery. She sent me some fabulous trims, and I use these sparingly. Let me just say that because I love them so much. But I knew it would be perfect on this. I felt like it was anyway. Okay, so there's that. Then we have this card. I just loved it. I love, this is vintage fabric. Thought that was perfect in here. You guys may remember this belly band. If you saw the short, I made this belly band on a short, and I did make it with the vintage Barbie money. So there's that. So there's 2 of those little tucks to be able to write in. And then, again, sewing pattern, vintage, ledger on the back for writing. So a couple of tuck spots to write in there. This is trim, again, from Hobby Lobby. And then I just included some different beautiful, to me, these are so pretty. I think I got these at Temu a long time ago. I haven't ordered from Temu in a very long time. So there's that. here's the other side of that rose scrapbook paper. I got the little flamingos in Happy Mail, huh? So cute, so cute. And I got this hot pink while you were out in Happy Mail. I sure did. Wallpaper. This is wallpaper, but specific to the person. I will say that. And just little, just some little paper clips. Piano roll paper. This is a vintage yearbook. This isn't a vintage yearbook. This is from Happy Mail. And again, this is wallpaper backed on cardstock. Another one of those notepads and sewing ladies. And then this playing card. This is a vintage playing card. Is that? No, I can't say with 100% certainty that that's vintage. That may not be. But this came in Happy Mail a long time ago. Again, wallpaper. And this came in Happy Mail. I left it plain on purpose. And then this little cut apart. I just thought he was so cute. So cute. The back side of that paper that I love so much. Now, I also made these in a short. So I need to put her in. So she's bending a little bit. So I made these little paper clips using coin wrappers. And you have a little hidden tuck there. If you want to write just a little secret message. This is a vintage greeting card. It's empty, but it is vintage. So, in my stash. I don't show y'all everything. I'm going to have to put her up there because she did bend a little bit. Okay. And then this is that coloring book again. It must not be vintage. Well, it's 2015. But it's not vintage. I love this paper. This paper actually came from a notebook from the Dollar Tree. This is a little uptuck, and then this came in Happy Mail, and this came in Happy Mail. Love those. Love them both. And then the back side of that wrapping paper and the vellum. And then, again, if you saw my other video, my Barbie Solves Mysteries video book flip through, I did the same thing for this customer as I did for my other customer, and I think that that's how I'm going to go forward doing journals. I wanted to include a birthday card for them in case they actually utilize this as a journal and they want to write themselves a message on their birthday. And I also included a vintage piece of, this comes from a vintage diary. And so I wanted to include this as a writing spot for themselves. And this came from an actual Edith Holden-like birthday book. So it's got a number of dates in it. And so one of these dates is the customer's actual birthday. So I wanted to include that. And then this H is significant to that person also. So anyway, that is the flip through of this. Here's Barbie Stories. And just, again, ton of fun. The project has just been amazing. I have had a lot of fun doing it. And thank you to my customers who purchased. Thank you to my folks who sent me Happy Mail. And thanks to all of y'all for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. And remember what I do always say, but I really do mean it, guys. I hope that whatever it is you get to do today or in the next few days, it is at least as much fun as I had putting together these Barbie journals. Thanks, guys. We'll chat soon. Bye.